Yo, what up? It's your brother. And hopefully your friend, Big Here. Rock Quasi in the building. Black African power. Pro-black consciousness. Each one. Teach one. Yeah. I made a couple of videos in a row, man, showing y'all the road as I'm talking, man, you know. Just to do something different. Most of the videos I make, you're able to see the person who's able to see me. So this time I decided I'd flip the camera back around. And I don't usually make videos while I'm driving, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things right quick before they, you know, while they fresh in my consciousness. And there was a couple of things I seen on social media yesterday. The first one was I was scrolling on IG, right? Scrolling on Instagram. You know, and it had the headline that Jackson residents. What it said? It said Jackson residents are frightened or scared. Well, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what it said, but what it was in reference to the brothers whose head got chopped off. I think it was last week or this week or recently. And it said that Jackson residents are in fear. That's what it says. Jackson residents are in fear due to the recent beheading of a Jackson resident. You know. And to most people, man, a headline like that might have you think, oh yeah, you know, maybe they should be scared. But me being the critical, analytical thinker that I am, somewhat militant, when I saw that headline, the first thought I had was, really? Telling me in 2016 that white folk can do something like that, which is real heinous, cutting off, you know, we ain't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that one yet in my life. I'm 51 years old, and that's the first time I've seen a headline where a brother done got his head chopped off and sent to the porch, you know what I mean? I hadn't seen that one. But in 2017, that's scaring black people? Well, I'm gonna say that's scaring black males. I can understand old folks and women being scared of children. But the brothers, you know what I'm saying? So my first thought, what is this, the return of the scared Negro? Because the Klan been doing that shit forever. Terrorizing black people with heinous acts of violence. That's nothing new. You know, there have been several hangings over the last few years. As a matter of fact, it's been on the increase since Obama and Trump. But does that mean the return of the scared Negro? Because the scared Negro haven't been around since the Black Power movement of the 60s. When the Black Panthers came out, that signal to white America, there ain't no more scared niggas. We don't care about your Klan. Well, I said I wasn't gonna say nigga. Well, I'm on nigga detox, so I have to watch how many times I say that word. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it out of my vocabulary. I say it too much. So, that was a signal to white folks that the day of the scared Negro is gone. White sheets and acts of violence against black people are not gonna make black folks run and cower and hide. No, we're gonna go get guns and we're gonna fight against those who fight with us. We're gonna try to take care of our communities, and when you come in here violating, you're gonna get dealt with severely. That's the Black Panther movement of the 60s. Now in 2017, I'm reading headlines that Jackson residents are in fear because some white supremacist racists went and chopped the brother's head off. And as I began to think critically about that headline, I said, now see, first of all, it's some bullshit. Because I'm guarantee you, if you go to Jackson, Mississippi today, right now, and you do your own poll and you ask brothers, are y'all scared of the white folks now because they done chopped the brothers' head off? I guarantee you young warriors I'll be like, man, hell no. I wish we could find them. I wish one would roll up. They would be just like me. Like when a cracker come for me, damn it, you gonna have a fight on your hands. It ain't no scared. I'm gonna be trying to get you because you trying to get me. Shit, I ain't been a scared Negro since my days of my childhood. I think, man, I conquered my fear when I went to the basic training in the Army. As far as being fearful. You know, yeah, fear is still normal, but it's still thing, you know, I say fear is an instinct, you know. We're endowed or imbued with a sense of fear to protect us. You know, if I see a train coming, I'm gonna get out the way because I'm scared of the pain that it's gonna cause, or I'm scared it's gonna take me away from this existence that I want to spend a little more time in. That's fear. But just being scared of the reputation of somebody, no. So, if you go and do your own poll, right, and you ask the brothers in Jackson, I'm quite sure that the consensus will be, hell no, we ain't scared. We wish these crackers would come around here, man, with that Ku Klux Klan shit, you know. If they creep one of you and get one of you unsuspectingly, yeah, then you just got to be a victim. But as far as just being scared of them, living in fear like the headline suggests, no. And then another thing I thought about was, in this age of Trump and Sessions, you know, you got racist white elites as the president and as the attorney, the United States Attorney General. Two white racist elites. Now, we had a black president and we had a black attorney general, and we didn't get no justice then when the cops was murdering us in the streets. So, ain't no use in black folk thinking that we're gonna get some justice while Trump and Sessions is holding them two officers in our government. And what that is doing, that is emboldening, is emboldening, or if that's a word check, it's giving these white, racist, white folk courage. It's calling them out. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they read headlines like Jackson residents in fear. They get that headline and they're going to start thinking that, oh, we got them on the run now. We got them scared. Let's terrorize them some more. So what I would suggest, black folk, is that you get armed. And whatever paradigm you got that includes fear, you need to get rid of it, readjust that paradigm. And you need to be ready for whatever happens. Because it seems like to me that Trump, you know, all that trying to make America great again, that's code for let's put these Negroes in their place again. Let's try to take these Negroes back to where they were scared of white folk. Let's terrorize these Negroes. Because if we terrorize them, ain't nothing gonna happen because we got one of our own as the Attorney General of the United States. So if you're scared, say you're scared, fall back. Fall back and watch the warriors and what they do, and then grab hold to that energy. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black male homosexual, one of them bisexuals, you know, because they got that gay agenda out too. If you one of them, of course you scared because hell, you spend more time trying to be a woman than a man. So if you one of them, fall back. I understand why you scared. But if you a true warrior, and you are imbued with the spirit of a warrior, then man, you already know. You probably feel like I do. Scared of what? Some racist ass coward-hearted cracker. Yeah, when you come for me, goddammit, I'm gonna be waiting for your ass. I got special weapons and tactics. know what I'm saying? And I can't think of no better way to go than trying to get the one that killed me. So I'm gonna be happy when the confrontation occurs. I'm waiting for one of these Trump pansies to come at me the wrong way. You know, it's gonna be real ugly, man. It's gonna be pitiful, because the response they're gonna get from me is not gonna be a scare one. It's gonna be a downright attack and an assault. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. The Jackson residents are fearful. What? Yeah, right. All right, I'm through with that one. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was this right here, man. Okay. I was scrolling down my timeline on Facebook, man, and one of my Facebook friends made a comment about God. And basically what he was doing was reiterating or reinforcing his belief in his faith in the power of God. So, me being who I am, you know, I guess you could say I trolled this comment or whatever, you know. I don't understand how you could troll somebody if they're a Facebook friend. I don't even really know. I don't keep up with all that stuff, but I thought trolling was when you go on somebody else's page and start making comments. But if I run across my timeline and you a Facebook friend and you make a comment and I respond to the comment in the comment section, how is that trolling? Or is that how it works? Well, anyway, so I go on his comments and said, just a question, did you know that the word God didn't even exist before the 10th century? And that was it. And that kind of pissed him off, man, and he, you know, me and him go at it, you know, he's like my arch nemesis. We go at it, man, about certain things, but we've been Facebook friends now for 2, 3, 4 years, man. And he done threatened to block my ass 2 or 3, 4 times. So he threatened to block me, man, and, you know, he wanted to call me some names, and he wanted to go in on me about comedic science, and just make a whole bunch of off-brand comments, you know, trying to insult me, because that's what he do. You know, and I just simply told him, I'm like, yo, bro, when you finish, all I was trying to do was give you some information. I told him to get out of his feelings and shit, you know what I'm saying? Grow up a little bit. So, you know, we had a conversation. He came in my inbox, man, and said a few things to me, and we kind of conversed about it. So then I go back on I see somebody responded to my comment on this post. It was one of his friends. She gonna come in talking about, yeah, you right. He's stupid. He don't know, he's ignorant and stupid. He don't know who the true God is. And she's on my ignorance is bliss. And, you know, naturally, that part of me, that nigga, you know what I'm saying, that I try so hard not to let invade my consciousness, but he's always looking for expression. But I was able to hold him back this time. So what I simply said to her was, when you finish, no, what I say? I said, okay, tell me what part of my question was wrong. And if you go get an etymology dictionary and look up the etymology root of the word God, you'll clearly see how blissful you are. How happily blissful you are. That was just my play on words, trying to let her know how ignorant she is. Because and then part of her comment was, you know, that Jesus stuff that most Christians do, you know. They got to let you know how much they believe in Jesus. But my comment ain't had nothing to do about Jesus. All I did was talking about the origin of a word. The origin of a word. That's all I put on the post was, did you know that the word God wasn't invented until the 10th century. It was invented in the middle and late 900s. That's the 10th century. It's a Middle Germanic word that was gut, or gut, G-U-T, which meant the pouring of water, because water represented energy back in ancient times. And the Germans got their understanding of that word, or their understanding of their word from water, because water meant the representation of energy. And God is energy and force and power. And all you gotta do is just go look up the word origin, the etymology of the word. And there's no way that you can argue with it. That ain't got nothing to do with your faith in Jesus, or nothing to do with anything else other than the historic origin of the word God. That's why I don't like using the word God. I use divinity in place of God. You know, I use them interchangeably, but most times I use divinity or divine. And I said all that about that to say this, man. We need to rethink, reevaluate, and reconsider some of the things, man, that we subscribe to. Because anytime that you are presented with some information, and the first thing that you do is go on the attack for someone that's presenting you some information, then you're an intellectual coward, because you really don't want to investigate the info. All you know is the info is conflicting with what you believe is the truth. So you won't rethink it, you won't evaluate it, you won't reconsider. To me, I call that intellectual cowardice. You're an intellectual coward because you scared. It's like it's a gatekeeper at your mind. And the gatekeeper is saying that I don't want no info coming into your brain that might possibly disturb what you've been taught, what you've been indoctrinated with, and what you've come to believe is true. So anytime somebody like me, who does a lot of reading and studying about history and things like that, present you with some historical information, you automatically go on the attack. Instead of intelligently trying to have a discussion about the information, or intelligently responding to the information. And I've always said this also, is that anytime a person has no truth or no facts to present, they are reduced to personal attacks and childish name calling. You don't believe me? Just observe. Because see, most people don't want their ideas being challenged. You know, people got something in their mind and somebody come and challenge it with some information, it produces a feeling of being offended. How dare you? You know, like I told them the etymology of the word God, and they immediately went to their childish place to want to call me names, instead of just trying to find out about the information that I presented. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully afterwards, you know, that they've done it, when and check the word origin, you know, at least if I'm wrong, come argue with me about that, which they can. You know? So man, we need to, man, you know, rethink, reevaluate, and reconsider. You know, these things that we come to believe. Because like I always say, we live in a world now of information. We're in the information age. It's information overload out here. So when you presented with information, man, that challenges your beliefs, your belies or beliefs, then instead of going to that emotional place, do your own research. Find out if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? Find out if what the person presented to you is true. Don't be an intellectual coward and being scared, because information is information. You eat the meat and spit out the bones. Like when you eat a piece of fish. know what I'm saying? You know if you don't eat that fish the right way, it's gonna choke you and probably possibly kill you. So you be real careful with it. And you eat the meat and you spit out the bones that you don't need. Same way with information. You take what you can use and you spit out the rest. But don't never be scared of truth. But see, I understand something deeper. That I you know, me having studied a little bit of psychology and things like that, I understand what cognitive dissonance is. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what makes people do that. Because they don't really know what's going on at that particular time. You know, cognitive dissonance is when you hold a core belief and you are presented with information that conflicts with that core belief and what you think is true. When you present it with information that conflicts with that, whether or not the information is true or not, your mind automatically starts to reject the information, and it produces dissonance. It produces a feeling of uncomfortability. Is that a word? Uncomfortability. It makes you uncomfortable. Shit. I have to leave them damn big words alone, man. My lips too big. My lips get tired up. I try to say them damn syllables. See, I can't say words that got more than 2 syllables, man. Kind of be literal, right? Do the best I can. Yeah, it produces a feeling of uncomfortability, so the mind automatically starts rejecting the information. Because that's the only way you can deal with that feeling of dis-ease that this information is producing. You know, you don't even give the information no type of consideration or thought. The mind automatically just starts rejecting it. You know, your head automatically starts going like this, you know, and it could be the truth. So, you know, we need to rethink, reevaluate, and reconsider those things, man, that we subscribe to and come to believe is true. And never be afraid, man, to critically examine and critically evaluate any and all information. You know what I'm saying? Because I read somewhere that you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And I read somewhere that the spirit of truth will be sent to you. I represent that spirit of truth. Because when I come with some information, it's usually based on some research that I've done. You know, sometimes I miss the spot, and I got people, man, on my Facebook page that tell me, use this when I post a meme without thinking about it. You know, I just see some shit that sound good, look good, and I'll post it, and I got some people that be like, that's not true. And I need people like that. But when it comes to information, man, like etymology of words, historical things, most of the time, like 80 to 90% of the time when I come with that, man, you can do the research yourself and you'll find out what I'm telling you is true. That's the reason I put it out, because I've done the research and I'm trying to teach and wake up people from these damn lies and shit that we've been told and indoctrinated with by our colonizers. But that's a whole different story for a different day. I'm just gonna say, man, once again, rethink, reevaluate. Don't be scared to rethink, reevaluate, and reconsider those things that we've come to believe and accept as true when you present it with information. Because it's all right to change your view, your opinion, and what you subscribe to based on new information. You know what I'm saying? If I'm preparing to go for a picnic tomorrow, if I plan today to do a picnic 4 days from now, then 2 days or 3 days from now, I look at the weather report and it says a storm just came in, it's gonna rain. Why would I go and still have that picnic when I've been presented with new information that's telling me it's gonna rain? I need to rethink and reevaluate and reconsider. That's all I'm trying to say. Based on new information, it's okay to change your perspective. Anyway, man, that's all I wanted to say. This Big Hill, man. Rock Quasi in the building. Peace. I'm out.